Chinese military recently unveiled a new kind of battle buddy for its soldiers, a robot dog with a machine gun strapped to its back. In a video distributed by the state-run news agency CCTV, People's Liberation Army personnel operate alongside a four-legged robot with a variant of the standard-issue QBZ-95 assault rifle mounted on it. This was part of China's recent Golden Dragon 24 joint military exercises with Cambodia in the Gulf of Thailand. In one scenario, Chinese soldiers stand on either side of a doorway while the robot dog enters the building ahead of them. In another, the robot fires a burst of bullets as it advances on a target. It can serve as a new member in our urban combat operations, replacing our members to conduct reconnaissance and identify enemy and strike the target during our training, one Chinese soldier told CCTV. This isn't the first time the Chinese military-industrial complex has shown off an armed robot dog. In October 2022, Chinese defense company Kestrel Defense published a video showing an unmanned aerial vehicle airdropping a quadrupedal ground vehicle with a QBB-97 light machine gun on a roof during an urban warfare experiment. The company had previously released footage of robot dogs outfitted with various combat systems, including smoke grenades and loitering munitions. As recently as March, Chinese researchers claimed that tests involving robot dogs outfitted with an unidentified rifle yielded marksmanship that rivaled trained Chinese sharpshooters, according to the South China Morning Post. China's demonstration clearly concerned international observers. At least one American lawmaker called on the U.S. Defense Department for a report on rifle-toting robot dogs and their potential national security implications. However, if the Chinese military is pioneering the weaponization of robot dogs, the United States military isn't far behind. In the past year, the Pentagon has experimented with outfitting quadrupedal ground robots with various weapons, including the standard-issue M4A1 carbine, the XM7 rifle, and the M72 light anti-tank weapon. Just weeks before CCTV published its footage, Marine Corps Special Operations Command revealed it was experimenting with adding mounted gun systems based on defense contractor Onyx's AI-enabled Sentry remote weapons system to its own robot dogs. American defense officials emphasize that the development of weaponized robot dogs is purely experimental at this stage. It helps military planners explore the realm of the possible when it comes to the potential applications of robotic systems in future conflicts. But with Army soldiers conducting urban assault drills alongside robot dogs and the Marine Corps increasingly eyeing mechanical quadrupeds, it may not be long before the U.S. military seriously considers adopting armed robot canines for combat. Quadrupedal robots aren't new in military technology. In 2005, robotics leader Boston Dynamics unveiled Big Dog, a four-legged pack mule intended to haul weapons and supplies for U.S. troops. Funded by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, Big Dog was eventually deemed too loud for practical use and was discontinued after a decade. Despite Big Dog's shortcomings, the research led to Spot, a smaller and quieter robot dog that Boston Dynamics debuted in 2015. Although too small to carry gear and weapons, Spot had clear military applications for base perimeter security and remote site inspection. Spot inspired both collaborators, like Aivolution Robotics' Drone Dog, and imitators like Ghost Robotics' Vision 60, to compete for a share of the Defense Department's growing robotics budget. The adoption of robot dogs across the U.S. military didn't start in earnest until 2020, when the Air Force integrated Ghost Robotics systems into an agile combat employment exercise at Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada. A few months later, Tyndall Air Force Base in Florida became the first U.S. military installation to incorporate semi-autonomous robot dogs into its base security regimen. In the intervening years, robot dogs have become common across the U.S. military. In July 2023, Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota introduced robot dogs to respond to chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear threats. In August, Patrick Space Force Base in Florida added robot dogs for perimeter security. That same month, the Naval Surface Warfare Center in Philadelphia announced using robot dogs to build 3D ship models aboard the fleet of decommissioned ships. The Coast Guard also unveiled four-legged droid dogs to combat weapons of mass destruction. Despite practical non-combat applications, some robotics companies have considered weaponization. In October 2021, Ghost Robotics showcased a special-purpose unmanned rifle, quadrupedal, robot with a Creedmoor assault rifle during an Army Weapons Expo. The following year, a video of a robot dog equipped with a PP-19 Vityaz submachine gun by Russian entrepreneur Alexander Adamov went viral. By 2023, an American company introduced a robot dog with a flamethrower, though not explicitly for military use. The public reception to weaponized robot dogs is marked by concern, especially with the rise of autonomous weapon systems. These robot dogs eerily resemble the menacing mechanized canines from Black Mirror. Part of the creep factor comes from the uncanny valley, where robots that look and act almost but not quite natural end up unnerving human observers. Such anxiety even prompted 6 leading robotics companies, led by Boston Dynamics, to release a letter in October 2022 promising to prohibit military customers from weaponizing their robots. Both the U.S. military and American robotics companies have urged caution when developing autonomous weapons systems. Upon unveiling the Spur, the late Ghost Robotics CEO, Jiren Parikh, emphasized that the armed robot always has an operator in the loop, with no AI or autonomy-related systems that could potentially fail. While the sentry turret that MARSOC is reportedly testing uses AI to scan for and identify targets, the decision to engage with the weapon system is entirely reliant on a human operator. Despite concerns, the U.S. military-industrial complex appears focused on keeping humans in control. Anxiety over packs of armed robot dogs operating on future battlefields may be premature. While footage of armed robot dogs may alarm the average observer, these systems are currently not agile or versatile enough for practical use on chaotic battlefields. The Chinese military exercise on CCTV is still a controlled exercise in a stable environment, until robot dogs can navigate the debris of the battlefield under less than ideal conditions. They'll remain a mechanical novelty for military planners. It's unclear what the future of robot dogs might look like in the ranks of the US or Chinese military. While they've proved useful in augmenting base security and conducting hazardous operations, their potential combat applications remain ambiguous. Given ongoing experiments, the future of warfare may involve not just the grind of tank treads and the roar of helicopter rotors, but also the metallic patter of four-legged robots across battlefields. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and put notifications on to stay updated on everything related to AI.